What's going on, guys? It's your boy Emmanuel, and I get a lot of compliments about my back piece tattoo, and a lot of people want to know who's my artist. Well, this is Dasiel
Dímelo, Friggy.
Shay, and he's with Amaru Inks. This is his beautiful. I mean, this place is awesome. When I get done, I'll show you guys a tour of his shop. However, this guy is a talented and amazing father, amazing tattooist, amazing artist that, when I was on my journey before, I got my whole back done, I was looking for artist that I can connect with. And the moment I met him, it was like an instant connection. I went in there talking about, hey man, I have this idea with a dragon in my mandala. He looked at me and was like, brother, I'm gonna take care of you. The rest is history. And that was the level of confidence and discipline he had in his craft. So, brother, I always want to know, like, how did you get started in being,
Tattooing.
yeah,
That's an interesting question. First of all, guys, sorry for my English. It's very bad, but I can communicate. I study in Cuba visual arts, painting and sculpture. So I always was painting and drawing for since I'm a kid. And most of my friends are metalheads who likes a lot of tattoos and metal and rock and roll. And I love that kind of word. And they always were asking me to, hey, dude, why don't you design this for me or do a design for me? And most of them they were pushing me like, hey, start tattooing, dude, try it. And at the beginning, I was like, no. But once I get into this word and understanding the media, I mean the media that is the skin
mm,
and the responsibility that you have. I fell in love with tattooing. I won't like I find another way of expression because at the end we are artists. We express our feelings through designs, through tattoos,
not sure.
and I make people get in pain, and I got paid for that.
Yeah, that's facts. Oh man, like I want to think back to our sessions when it took 6 sessions for our back
To
tattoo,
finish your back, yeah.
and I'm talking about the level of professionalism. He was always making sure, like, hey, you good? You good? Like, we're about to go into a more sensitive spot. And believe it or not, you helped me through that process, bro, because, there's times where I'm like, all right, am I over exaggerating? He's like, no, like, trust me, it's going to hurt. Don't be ashamed. And then,
No, bro,
man,
but
it was
you
done.
said like a champ. I mean, of course, you're recording. I can say, hey, dude.
Nah, you
But
can.
bro, dude, the back is painful. It is painful, especially the level of details that work in your back. I spend a lot of time just one simple spot, so it makes it more sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And you took it very good.
Thank you.
Honestly, I don't have complaint with that.
So, for how many years have you been tattooing now?
Tattooing I started in the pandemic. Pandemic, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
With the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So it's around 6 years.
6 years.
Mm-hmm.
So,
6 years.
you telling me you guys can't see it right now, but in a matter of 6 years, all these first place trophies that I'm looking at, second place trophies I'm looking at, was gathered into 6 years of you being a tattoo artist. That's amazing, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
No, guys, I don't think a lot of people can rationalize the level of skills that you must have within yourself that in 2020, less than
Mm.
6 years,
Mm-hmm.
you're able to pick up a craft and then apply your same, amazing colors and palettes that you do on your art pieces and canvas onto the human body.
Mm-hmm.
I've met people, or I've talked to people who've been tattoo artists like 10, 20, 30 years, whatever, and they don't have trophies like this. And I'm not even trying to like clown
No,
anyone or anything
no,
like that, but it's like, man, that level of craftsmanship, that level of skill sets comes from that dedication, that discipline, and inherent skills. I see some people are blessed And once they like able to like go into their craft and find that fire, something magical comes out of it. And you know, these are the receipts. These are the
Mm-hmm.
fruits of the labor, man. Wow, I did not know that,
I
bro.
think the result is also it comes from when I was studying arts in Cuba.
Mm.
I was studying sculpture, and this might sounds rude for some people, but for me helps me a lot to build up a character and don't let my ego go over my results.
Hmm.
Because I remember my teacher when I was doing like a sculptures, like un busto, I don't know, like a poetry sculpture. I remember I spent the whole night doing the freaking sculpture, and the next day it was clay. Usually we work with clay, and he was getting into the studio with a stick, with a huge ass stick. And it was like, this is not good. I said, do it again. He break in front of you, boom, boom, bam, boom. It was like so that feeling. I mean, it might sounds rude, but he perfectly knew that doing everything from scratch and not just fixing the little stuff,
Hmm.
building it up from scratch. It creates the talent that people see. Because
I
talent is
agree.
doesn't it's just not
Oh yeah.
show up. Talent is discipline and doing it over and over and over and over. If you don't like it, break it and do it again
Yep.
and do it again
That's
and do it
craftsmanship.
again and do it again until well with the skin is different because you if you fucked it up you cannot do it again.
Oh
But
man.
sometimes we fucked it up
Yeah.
and we don't say anything.
You just gotta hope it looks amazingly fucked up. That's what it is. But yeah, man. So that goes to a testimony of work where, you know, there's times where we do think we have the perfect piece, and then when you have that master art or master teacher who is like guiding you, letting you know, they can see the skill sets in you, but it's like,
Exactly.
no, you got more in you, so don't settle
Exactly.
here.
Exactly.
That's pretty good. Oh, so you went from sculpting to painting, then eventually
Tattooing.
tattooing.
Mm-hmm. Bunch of media.
Mm.
When you're an artist, you always like to, you know,
Dabble in other stuff.
experiment. I
Hmm.
don't know
Yeah, you
if I
said it
say it
right.
right.
Experiment. Yep.
Experiment, yeah,
Music, art,
exactly. Nah,
dancing.
but
Yeah.
music honestly is more like a hobby because honestly, I'm not good at it.
Awesome, awesome. And so, how was life in Cuba for you before you came here to the States? If you want to talk about that,
I was what?
how was like life in Cuba for you before you
I
came back to
mean,
the
I
States?
came here when I was 20 years old,
Mm.
and I have a beautiful childhood.
Mm.
And yes, you struggle with supplies, especially. It's very hard to find good paint, good brushes, canvas, sculpture, especially sculpture with a tools.
Mm.
It's a madness. You have a lack of a lot of resource,
Mm.
but it was beautiful. Besides the adversities of a communist government, a
Mm.
dictatorship, so I'm very proud to grow up and having a career built up in Cuba. So it gave me like a very strong base to keep
Nice.
working on
Yeah.
my.
Get that grit. Like most
Mm.
people, it's sad. Like a lot of people do grow up. I won't say soft, but they grow up easy. And
Exactly. Sometimes having too many options and easy options,
hmm.
it makes you feel like I don't know where to go.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying like poverty is good because it's not.
Trials and tribulations,
Quieres pararlo. You want to stop it
Oh.
and esperar a que este.
All right, so we had a small little hiccup there, but we're back. You guys can't see me fully, but that's okay. The main focus today is on my brother here. And so, if returning to roots, one of the things I like to talk about is like our passion, our fire, the trials and tribulations, the things that we have to go through, a lot of the adversaries that, we come across in life. So, everyone has a different type of battlefield. Some people battlefield is literally at war, some is at the sea, some is in the fields, wherever it may be. For you in the, I guess, the tattoo realm,
Mhm.
how is that, that intensity of, trying to get first place, trying to, stay on top of your craft.
Got it. First of all, your work is the one that who speak for you. If you have a badass work, you don't really need to be flexing. But yeah, it's a fact that artists we all have our ego drives our life very very hard. But what I learned in this industry is like if you have a weak ego, which means like you feel yourself so strong, like you don't need to learn from somebody who you think is below you. And that's a weak ego. If you suffer from that, you're gonna take a lot of time to grow up and develop your skills. Because sometimes I learn from apprentices and a small technique, like they use it, and I'm like, hey, that works. I can use it. All simple as like I don't know, like take the paper, for instance, the needle with another needle was like a small trick that saves you time.
Mm.
And just if you have like a weak ego that doesn't allow you to grow up, you don't learn it. You have like a smoke wall in front of you, and you think that you are the best, and the whole world is looking at you like a well, come on.
Facts. I know exactly what you mean. Just like in the spiritual community, a lot of people want to claim enlightenment, and then they think they know it all. That they don't want to
Exactly.
learn no more. They think they know all the chakra this, stones this. They know all the different positions,
Mhm.
but they fail to realize that we're always evolving. We're always learning, and so if you claim to, be enlightened, enlightened means that you're always willing to learn. So the
Mm.
teacher is the master, and the master is the teacher. And so this is how we can always learn from each other. The old from the young from the old.
Mhm.
The man from the woman to the man. And there's always this parallel of when we're able to receive, you know, the not only the criticism, but at the same time the opposite reaction that we expect out of life. Because sometimes we want the best work, but sometimes we fell short, or someone was just 10 times better than us at whatever it may be.
Mhm.
And sometimes our ego gets to the point where we can't face that we will lose again, even though we tried our best to become number one. And then sometimes we can't always stay on top. And so the times where you poured your heart out into like one of your pieces, and you didn't get first place, like what were some of the things that you helped you come back to the drawing board and say, what, let me come back better next time, and not get so upset about it, or
Whew. An advice for incoming artists. I have given this advice a couple times,
mm,
but it's true. This career is very frustrating. The positive results that you're gonna have, and compared to the bad ones, they're gonna be very small. So keep consistent. Ignore your thoughts. Ignore your mind telling you like, "I do this not for you." Fuck it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, and you will see progress. It's slow. It's very slow and it's very tedious, but don't frustrate, because it's very frustrating at the beginning with a lot of things, because it's a very technical career. You need a specific needle for a specific part of the body with a specific voltage,
mm,
and you are experimenting every single tattoo you are learning, because everybody's gonna tell you, hey, do it this way, and maybe it doesn't work for you like that way. So you
mm.
have to build your own book based in the basics.
I never thought about that, where people coming here with all these crazy ideas of what they want, and you have to know how to on the bone, on the skin, the right complexion. If it's
Mm,
wow, that's a lot of technical things you must learn.
exactly.
Ooh, that's a
I
lot.
was learning that, bro. I learn every single day something different,
Mm,
especially when you go to conventions and you compete.
mm.
You compete and you see a guy from China doing a completely different technique. You are like a what?
That is
So
dope.
it opened. it clears your vision, opens more, it brings you more knowledge.
Facts. That's I like to teach perspective.
Hmm.
When we have a limited perspective in our artwork, in our craft, where maybe maybe there's a ceiling at that point.
Hmm.
However, when you're able to broaden your horizon, meaning just like open the possibilities of different ways and modalities to kill, to draw, to see whatever it may be, you start to realize, oh my gosh, different cultures, different type of groups, they have their own unique way of doing something that we do.
Hmm.
And when you're able to take that small piece of technique that they offer and apply it to your work, it's what makes culture so beautiful. When we go, I love eating Spanish food. That's not my culture, but the food in the season is fucking amazing. I'm like, thank God there's people make these food.
Exactly.
You same for like Japanese food or wherever it may be. It's when we're able to blend our cultures with our art skills, it just makes art more beautiful to me, man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's like that.
And so I like to ask people
I don't
sometimes.
know how you do it, like you talking and getting stabbed with a needle. Honestly,
I'm shocked myself, bro. This like
it distracts your mind.
I thought I'd be in more pain. I see. I don't want to jinx myself now. Don't even that loud. And so I don't know. I feel pretty good right now, man. I feel really good. Tattoo feels real therapeutic. I'm not even gonna
Nice.
lie.
It is.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like for me, there's times where it's like, man, you're putting me through a lot of pain right now, and there's other part where it becomes almost like a form of meditation.
Well, funny. That's funny that you said this because I just print a new merchandise.
Mm.
It's kind of the print's not very good, but the message is very good. Just stay there. I'll show you.
Yeah,
It says, "These shirts that is just for my brand, but the back says." You don't need more therapy. You don't need therapy. You need more tattoos. That's pretty much what you need, bro.
so
It's true.
yeah,
It's true. It's gonna cost you the same, maybe less,
yeah.
and you getting a new tattoo.
So we're mixing tattoos and healing at the same time. You see, I got the tattoos, I got the crystals.
Exactly.
Me and my buddy here, we're gonna we gotta still plan a day where we do some real grounding meditation, brother.
That's what
We're gonna go over relying on the equipment and all these
Exactly.
things rather than like focusing on the craft
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
I do see
No, and it's
that.
like they don't do good lines and they start blaming. Oh, my machine's not good.
Mhm.
I mean, it helps having a good machine, but at the end, you have to have good skill.
Mhm. It's funny you say that because when I was in the police academy and we were learning to shoot, there will be times where people say, "Oh, my sights are off." Like I'm aiming at the bullseye, but my sights are not working. And so the gun instructor would come to us and be like,
Give it to
"Give me
me.
the boom, 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 through in a hole."
Oh
And then
yeah.
same thing you're expressing is the discipline in your hand. Because sometimes our hands shaking, we're not breathing, and so to speak. So when you focus on the craft, yes, a good handgun is nice. A good, what we call that, a pen or an ink pen,
My tattoo machine.
tattoo machine. A higher quality one will produce better quality.
Of course.
However, it's not going to make your work better if you're not putting in the work.
Exactly.
And so, discipline, guys,
Mm-hmm.
every day. Not the same thing
It's
every day.
normal, even for advanced tattoo artists, they feel like stuck in the technique,
Mm-hmm.
and they feel like upgrading the tattoo machine is gonna be better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's gonna give you a boost. You're gonna feel excited. Hey, I have a new machine. You get excited with it,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't mean it's gonna be better. You're gonna tattoo better because the $2,000 machine.
I see.
There's a very good ones for 500, $300 that do the same job.
Mm. See, sometimes it's not always the machine. Sometimes it's the person behind the machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always the man in the uniform. It's no, I said it backwards. Is that always a uniform? Sometimes it's the man or woman in the uniform, and so that goes. That's a life lesson. Sometimes we can't always, rely on external or materialistic things to get the job done. We really have to like focus down and put in the true hours and discipline to, achieve that mastery that we're looking for.
Exactly.
Like even I remember at the other location, there was a fake tattoo artist there who was trying to come into the place, and that's wild. Like some people are so consumed with artificial fame that they're willing to lie about becoming a tattoo artist. It's
Incredible.
like, do you not realize the level of responsibility and you can hurt someone and you're trying to pretend to be something you can't fake? That's crazy,
It's
man.
crazy.
Wow. Like, that's part of the one of the weirdest thing I realize in this world where there are like so many people who see the finished product. They come in. At least anyone who walk into the space will see all the first place trophies instead of realizing this took years, dedication, hours, trials and tribulations, failures, success. They just want the finished product. And so they think they can buy your own equipment, they can copy how you got everything designed, and then it's gonna magically appear in their body and appear in this. Like, no, it doesn't work that way, man. Like, this is something that like goes back to that fire, that inner spirit that makes you want to put in those extra hours for yourself. It's not to, you know, brag or pretend to be better than anyone. It's like I'm doing this because I want to be better at who I am. I want to learn something about me. And there's nothing more frustrating than trying to do something and you're not good at it at the first time. And you're like, I gotta do this again. And you do it and it's not so good, but it's a little bit better. And so, that's where that itch comes in where we want to like keep pushing ourselves and then we get roadblocks sometimes where we feel like we're at a cap and then we're able to, you know, go back to our fundamentals. That's one thing I always, was taught. Like sometimes we overcomplicate things.
Hmm.
And when we just take that time to come back to how it all began, where we all started, this is where, new inspiration kicks in. And it always comes back to, are you putting in the real discipline? Are you putting the real authentic work in? Because eventually the fruits of the labor is going to show. You know, you couldn't, someone can copy your whole entire catalog and portfolio and put it on Instagram and call it something else. But the moment that client is laying down on this chair and getting tattooed, that's where the real results are going to speak for themselves. And this is where you see a lot of, especially let's talk about men. You see a lot of men fold because they don't have the real cojones, you know, to deal with the pressure of success or failure.
Hmm.
And when you've been through failure, just like when you're telling me about your, back in Cuba where your this professor will
The
break
professor was
you'll,
breaking
you'll break
the
your thing. It's like
structure.
and like those heartbreaking moments, but at the same time, it's like guess what? You get to try again.
Hmm.
Now you get to let me do it this way this time. And you
Exactly.
start to
Exactly.
it's beautiful, man. So anyone who knows me know how passionate I am about, my craft and spirituality and just whenever or anything that I take up and I'm passionate about. So Dan said, my brother, what would be the passion behind your craft that like makes you be the man you want to be? In the sense of when you have that needle in your hand, like what is that energy, that confidence that comes over you where I got this?
I think being proud of your work is what brings also that passion. Seeing a piece that you've done and feel proud of it, you feel passionate about it, and it boosts your, it's like fuel to keep going and getting better and better. So the passion also is built up with the process, with the results. Once you start seeing some results, you get more passionate and you want to learn more, and you get hungry with your career. And also, of course, you have to love it. You have to love it.
Mhm.
But it's also a process.
Nice. So I guess became like an addictive thing of
It became an addictive thing.
yeah.
It's like it's funny because most of the tattooers is like, oh bro, I'm so tired of tattooing. I almost work every day, and like, and you spend 1 week without tattooing, you feel like a fiend scratching your neck, like, oh, I need to tattoo. I need to tattoo, and like, bro,
Oh man, that's like really really passionate about something where you walk away from it for a while and then something within you that's calling you to it.
something what?
There's something within you.
Okay.
Like I say people like that's a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some spirits where, it's the fire behind what drives us to do whatever it may be.
Exactly.
I've seen people, I can explain like people who build and they love to build. Like you're not gonna catch me in this heat for, building a
Exactly.
home, but there's some people who like that's
They
all they
love
want to do.
exactly. They like to do something at home.
Hmm.
Exactly.
So when I see the level of like detail, like you guys see this guy's portfolio in his book, it's like a book of, I don't know what you call it, a book of masterpiece or fine art or fine
Yeah,
work.
it's a book. It's a portfolio that
Portfolio.
you can see my work there. Yeah.
Mhm. And like you can just see like the progression and then how, some pieces like you really pushed yourself. I'm like, whoa, I didn't even think, this was even possible.
And those
And
pieces I did it. Sorry to interrupt you. That those pieces, that book is from 2023, so
mm,
they are kind of old. And bro, and I'm proud of them. I'm very proud of them.
yeah, great work. And so is there like the same way that like I like envision myself like as a dragon? Is there like anything about you where you like, you know what? When I'm a tattoo artist, like I'm the lion in this, at the one of the conventions. Do you like envision yourself that way, or you just see
Not
yourself?
really, not really, but I mean, I always find like the women's as a divine being. To be honest,
Ah, shit.
for me, they are the best. They are. If this is gonna be very controversial, but I think if there is a God, like an entity, it have to be a woman. It have to be a female
Ah,
entity.
shit. Yeah.
And if you ask me what inspires me, I would say like the women's.
Hmm. I completely agree. You
Mm.
know, and even in African culture and African spirituality, we venerate the divine feminine principle first. And so, even though like we're men, we say, hey, all life comes from the womb, meaning all
Mm,
life
exactly.
comes from the feminine principle. Our fruits, the fishes, the mammals, anything that we eat or consume is being birthed by the feminine principle. And so is like art and beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are able to tap into our creative side by tapping into our divinity in the feminine principle. And women are our muse.
Mm-hmm.
When you look into our culture, African culture, Hispanic culture, you're going to see symbols and reverence everywhere giving honor to our women because that's where our children comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
if we're not impressing our women with our art, if we're not impressing women with our building skills, our healing skills,
Exactly.
they're not going to pay attention to us.
Mm-hmm.
I look into nature where, only the lions that prove themselves get to mate. They get to
Mm-hmm.
have the women because they went out into the world and proved themselves. And so the way we do that as human beings, we go out into the world and prove ourselves as men, as tattoo artists, as officers, as builders, as healers, as
Mm-hmm.
construction workers, whatever it may be. As we're entering the new world, I
Yeah.
tell people like we're entering this singularity where we're seeing AI, spirituality, all these different things like coming to one. And
Mm-hmm.
so, as an artist, we've seen how a lot of people have issues with like AI with music. Have
Okay.
you seen the same type of situation with AI in the tattoo industry?
Definitely. Actually, it's that's a very interesting topic that you're asking because Usually, the clients have an idea what they want.
Mhm.
But now with this the AI, which for me is a tool, is a very important tool.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
like it.
against it, but it sometimes it distort the reality of things. Because now I have a bunch of clients that they bring their own picture. I mean, their own arm or the part of the body that they want to get tattooed
Mhm.
with the idea that they want already as a tattoo. So they tell me, hey, I want this exactly like this,
Mhm.
and it's not possible. It will never look like that.
Mhm.
It's complete. It's like a fake fantasy that looks very realistic, but it's very hard to
Mhm.
to convince a client that it won't look like that, and they're like, but it looks like this, and like yes,
Like
but
then I think
it is
oh
artificial intelligence. How do you say it?
yeah, artificial intelligence.
Artificial
Yeah.
intelligence. So it's not reality, and it's been a struggle with some stop. How do you say like a stubborn clients?
Stubborn? Yeah.
Stubborn clients like they don't want to flex. They just want what they want. It's a thing.
Yeah. I can imagine because like we was telling earlier about all like the technical stuff with skin, the body fat, whatever it may be.
Exactly.
They're looking at a picture and the picture fits the perfect perfectly. But when you're looking at their real arm, it's like, hey, this meat is going to move. Your skin
Exactly.
color doesn't look this. Oh
Exactly. But
man.
again, it's a very helpful tool. It
Mm.
is. It helped a lot to the artists to finish the details to give you like a general idea of what the design can be. They can
Mm.
give you. It's good too, but
It's a good
it's
reference, but
it's a good
not something
exactly.
where
But
you
you have
like,
to create. You
yeah.
have to be an artist. You have to create.
It's like there's something special where your hands,
Exactly.
your ideas that you came from, your thoughts, and you're able to manifest it into reality, whether it's on a canvas. For me, I love wrapping jewelry,
Uh-huh.
or I think that one of the most scariest things and hardest things to do is be the tattoo on skin, because like man, one mess up, and I've seen some like bad tattoos was
Mm,
like the level of precision that you have to be like every inch is
exactly.
being measured. That's
Exactly.
like a whole nother level of
Mhm.
mastery. Mm. And so, do you think like AI will be eventually like ruin the tattoo industry, or you just
I
think
don't
it's
think
gonna?
so. I don't think
Yeah.
we'll ruin it because again, um, you need skills to do a good tattoo. Even if you find like a tattoo printer,
Mhm.
it's very hard to replace this industry with a AI. But I won't lie to you, the way it grows is
Mhm.
scary, man. It's
Mm.
very scary.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, even with like everyone's like using AI for health things, spiritual things, work things, whatever. But there's something special about when you can really communicate with another human being,
Hmm.
and the person who's giving the tattoo artist can share their story with you, and then you form a bond, like how we did. Our
Hmm.
first tattoos, like man, this guy's a father, great man, disciplined, freaking has a story to share with the world. So that was like the connection there. And then we came and we did the sound band. That was like, man, I want to like pour back into this company because it's family owned, right? And then from there, we kept in contact, we
Hmm.
kept talking, and then whenever you need something, I'm here for you. You're here looking out for me. And so there's something special about when you can actually form communities, form connections with other men, other women who understand the values of work ethic, the values of creativity, the values of community. So that's why I definitely get the vibes here, where like you really take care of the customers, and
Hmm. Exactly. So you're dealing with a person, you know.
mhm. You ever had like a really like terrible customer, where you're like, man, I'm just ready for you to go,
There's
or
always, there's always. I'm pretty sure the all artists they always have a clients that they don't want to see again. There's
Have you,
always one guy.
have you ever had to be like, no, what? I don't want to tattoo. Like, nah, go. Like, you ever had one of those a situation like that?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. People like have to block them because they were trying to take advantage.
Mhm.
I remember I have a lady that she was saying that I don't know, maybe drugs, but she was very intense, and I told her the price,
Mhm.
and she wants more and more and more, and eventually she wants the whole sleep for the price I give her for one session,
Mhm.
and she was very very intense through DMs. So I'm like, yeah, no, this lady's trying to take advantage. So,
That's the energy, man. Yeah.
mhm.
Especially moving forward, we're gonna feel that a lot. Where it's like choosing not to work with certain people because you can feel their vibes are off, and it's like,
Mhm.
hey, I want to connect, I want to work with you, but I also want to be honored, and I want you to like respect my time, respect my craft, and
Exactly.
you know, pay the person their worth. That's one thing that I'm very big on. Of like these people, when we pour our hearts out into our crafts, it's good to receive the proper recognition and the proper praise for it. And so one thing I love to do is always like give people their flowers. You know, give them a credit where it's credit is due. And so you already know I'm always gonna gas you up and let people know, man, you're the best tattoo artist in the world. You know why? Because he's my tattoo artist guy. All right. So a lot of people compliment me on the level of shading my tattoo has on my back. And I remember when I first came in, I was asking you, like, would it be possible to add any colors to the tattoo? Because if you notice, like, my mudra had the chocolate colors inside
Seven
of it.
colors, right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
And so, with your expertise on working with different tones and different skin complexions and everything, like, how do you decide or how do you know when it's like, hey, for you, client, whether they be dark or the pale is the pale,
Mhm.
how do you find like the perfect shadings, the perfect coloring to match the tone to complement,
Exactly.
the contrast of the tattoo?
Well, it's a fact. The colors behave completely different depending the tone of the skin.
Mm.
There's something you cannot fight. You know, if you do like a yellow tone in a dark skin, it won't look yellow.
Mm.
It won't look yellow. That's what I avoid completely doing it because everybody, I would like to get something, but my skin is not very bright, so
Mm.
I have to do what my skin will make it look good. So usually what I do, I like to colors. Usually I use it in a very pale person. You can see the color is gonna look, but also there are some colors like a basic ones, like a red, blue, greens that they can be used
Mm.
in depending also the design.
Mm.
But for me, I'd rather stay in the black and gray. Is the longevity of the black and gray is more strong than colors. What I've seen in my career,
Mhm.
so that's what I rather using always the alternative to use black and gray, high contrast, and it's gonna last way more than color. Hmm.
I agree. And one thing I noticed, like when I go to the gym, I see a lot of people with different like dragon tattoos, and of course, I have the best one.
Yeah,
But not, you know what? I'm not even joking, bro, because like I see like the way the other tattoos have the scales, and some have color on them, and I'm looking at them.
yeah, but
It's
it's the
great
same one.
work, but
It's pretty much the same one over and over.
the level of details he was able to put in the black and white, I think, what makes mine stand out even more because you were able to, refine and even use my skin tone where the lighter complexions as a form of coloring,
Hmm.
you know. So that's great to know.
Awesome.
All right. So I have a serious question.
Hmm.
A lot of people want to know, do tattoo artists intentionally apply more pressure to the skin when you notice that we're either falling asleep or we're taking the tattoo too easily? Because there's times where I'm like, man, I feel great. Maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes in, and all of a sudden,
Boom.
and boom, I'm like, yo, this
Where
is
he
guy putting more pressure onto me. What's happening?
where he's going again that place that he
Exactly.
was done with the part where he's going back.
So what's the deal with that, brother?
Nah, really we don't we are not that psychopath. We don't like to inflict pain just to see. Oh, let me see if this guy can take it. No, no. Usually, what happens is like some artists they tattoo by layers, and you have
Mm.
to go over a place that you already work.
Mm.
But also some kind of techniques takes more pressure. For example, if you're doing like a new traditional, it's very aggressive
Mhm.
style. Because you have to do like a very thick lines, you have to pack the color very aggressively
Mhm.
or cover ups. And sometimes you feel like, oh, this mother lover is trying to hurt me.
Bro,
He's doing it on purpose,
I
but
mean,
no,
alive,
no,
girl. Sometimes I'm like, this up. Are you like hurting me right now?
no. Did I do something wrong?
You're like, what I do? I'm like, I thought it was
No,
nice.
but the thing is, like, also there
Mm.
are artists that they are very heavy-handed,
Mm.
and if you get at it for different artists, you can tell the difference. And probably after a long session, your worst enemy is not the needle, it's
The,
this
the
model
rot,
over
the,
here.
yep,
Feels like a
sandpaper.
sandpaper 40. Yeah.
Well, that answered the question, guys, because
Now
I was
we don't flick paint on purpose.
okay.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are done for today. Get a little closer for a close up, and this is the piece that we worked on. It is the Eye of Horus. It's being devoured by the Ouroboros dragon or snake, pretty much representing the end of a cycle. If you know, you know. And this tattoo was pretty spiritual in getting it in the sense of what it represents for me. Connecting with my brother here, Denzel, with Arum Inks. By the way, if you guys need a tattoo artist, look no further. He is top tier, as you can see, with his back tattoo. He don't miss. And so, rather than, shop around and be fearful about the quality of the tattoo artist or the professionalism, the job is already done. Come to Arm Inks and get yourself something that is going to last and you're going to be proud of, the way I am. So, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to showing this video with you guys, and this has been a very special episode of Returning to Roots, where we're returning to roots of, embodying tattoos, embodying our culture, the way we like to express ourselves in the many forms of medium. My brother here loves to express himself through art with not only the paintbrush, but with the ink machine. And as you can see, the passion speaks for itself. Ashe, peace.
Okay, guys, I'm located here, Coral Springs, Sample Road. That's a very small, private, but very cozy location. And this is my information. If you want to look for me, is Arum underscore Inc. And there is my phone number, email. So if you have an idea, if you want to cover up or a big ass project, just let me know, and you're gonna have the best work. I guarantee.
Ashe. So, guys, like I was mentioning earlier about receipts, when I mentioned about receipts, guys, this is what dedication looks like. This is discipline. This is trials and tribulations. This is failure. This is success. This is stress. This is joy, tears, and everything in between. Moral story, you don't give up on your passion. You don't give up on your dreams. Regardless what people tell you, you be the man or woman that God calls you to be from within. Because you never know what happening in 6 years can do for you. Ashe? Ashe.